Hey Keto friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Robert and it's almost New Year's. And we're so excited for 2020, but I'm even more excited because I'm making one of my favorite New Year's Eve hors d'oeuvres. It's basically, if you've ever been to Costco, it's the hors d'oeuvre sampler pack. It comes in that big purple box and it's got all of my favorite treats in there. I have always looked forward to that. I'm actually going to put my noisemaker down. I've always looked forward to that on New Year's. That and like a spiked champagne sherbet punch thing that my family would make. So I want to bring back a little bit of nostalgia to this year's New Year so that we can ring in 2020 right. So we're going to make 3 different, because I didn't like all 5 of the varieties growing up. So we're going to make 3 of the varieties. We're going to replicate pigs in a blanket, buffalo style chicken in a puff pastry, and my favorite, potato puffs. We're going to get started by rolling out the dough. And I actually did a lot of work to find the recipe for this particular dough. This is a puff pastry dough that is keto. And I actually ended up finding the one that we're using on Low Carb Maven's website. This is actually a recipe for pie crust. So this could go either way because it's not actually meant to be filling it with stuff. Well, it is, but you know, it's gonna be moving around. So what I've done is I have this nice parchment paper here. I'm gonna put my dough on top. This was pre-mixed and then I let it hang out in the fridge for a little while because it needs to stay cold. There's lots of butter in there. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna roll it out. And what you normally do with a puff pastry is you roll it and fold it. And the instructions don't say to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I wanna see what happens. Okay. So we just got it between 2 sheets of parchment paper and we're just gonna roll it on out. This is not really doing, oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so we're just rolling it out. And usually, you know, like on those fun cooking shows, they roll it out till it's about a rectangle. And then that's when the folding starts. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a nice rectangle. Okay, this is not gonna be a rectangle. It's gonna be like a weird, I feel like this is like the shape of Australia. Am I right here? Sort of. Okay, let's just do some, this is already crumbling up. So let's go ahead and do some quick folding. Actually, I'm gonna use the parchment to help. So I'm gonna do, I think it's like a tri-fold that you're supposed to do. And then I'm gonna fold it this way. Watch as I ruin this perfectly good dough. Okay. All right, that was folded. I'm gonna do that 4 more times. I feel like that's gonna work out. We're all gonna find out together. So, what I have prepared here is enough dough, I feel, to make 2 of each. Why don't we do the pigs in a blanket first, because I feel like those are gonna be really easy to fill. So I'm gonna use this edge right here, and I'm gonna cut a couple of triangles. Is it usually triangles? Yeah. No. They're rectangles, I think. So I'm gonna cut a couple of rectangles. We're gonna go ahead and just pull this off the paper. And see, it's a very flaky crust. It's not coming off. I feel like New Year's Eve is canceled. All right, let's try from the middle. And I'll do, let's see. Okay. Nope. Okay, I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna take my dough and I'm gonna take little pieces of it, like this part that I had sectioned off for the pig in the blanket, and I'm gonna actually do it directly on the, let's see if a spatula will help. Ooh, okay. Don't abandon this recipe just yet, because the spatula came through. There for right now. Okay, so what I have here is a regular baking sheet with a silpat on top, and that's so nothing sticks. So let's roll up one of these pigs. Oh, this pig doesn't want to go in the blanket. Pig is not tired. Piggy's not tired. Okay, well, let's see. Let's patch this bad boy up a little bit. All right, that's a real you know, this pig in a blanket's not bad, but I like it when they show a little off the side. So let's cut this off the side a little bit. And then that way we can use that to patch up the sides. Because, you know, what's a pig in a blanket if you can't take it and dip it in some ketchup or some other dip that you make? It's just, you're missing out. All right, so that's my rustic pig in a blanket. New Year's might be canceled. So another rustic one. Beautiful. Looks like I made it in art school. Lovely. Okay, so those are the pigs in a blanket. Next, let's do, you know what? Let's do the buffalo style chicken next. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten them with my spatula. That's probably not a good idea. Again, this is very rustic. Very, very rustic. Okay. So, a nice spoon here. And I'm going to spoon a little bit of my buffalo chicken filling. This is actually from a recipe, like a non-keto recipe. But the filling itself was pretty keto. So, yeesh, this is not pretty. Ooh. Whoosh, not pretty. Alright, well, it's gonna be more of a circle. Less of a turnover. Alright, that's the buffalo style chicken volcano. Okay? You have kids, they like volcanoes? Great. Tell them to come run to the TV set. So a little baby volcano next to a big volcano. That takes care of the buffalo style chicken dip. Last, certainly not least, because it is my absolute favorite, we have a twist on potato puffs. But I call these my cauli puffs, and they are mashed cauliflower puffs. I made mashed cauliflower here. I didn't use a recipe because I basically just do, I just freestyle when I make mashed cauliflower. And I let it cool in the fridge for about an hour before making these. So there's that. All right, so we've got a potato volcano. Ooh, fun. Science. You know what? This is an experiment. And I think the next time I do this, I'm gonna try binding this dough a little better. Because I don't think the dough was really meant for what we're doing here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna start checking on them at 10, and we'll be right back. So my Franken hors d'oeuvres have been in the oven for 20 minutes. We just took them out, and they look like something I'd eat. Here's what happened. So while these were in the oven, my assistant and I were having a conversation, and it seems that with low-carb dough, you're not supposed to laminate it. So I think that's maybe where I went wrong. I also suspect that maybe if I put some xanthan gum in this dough, that might fix it. I'm gonna work on it. Maybe by next New Year, by 2021, I will have perfected this, and we will do this all over again with some success, right? But you know what? That being said, can I pick this one up? Ooh, okay, that one's hot. Warning, that one's hot. So this is the baby buffalo chicken style puff thing. I would eat that. I mean, I would eat it knowing that I baked it. I would never trust that coming from someone else's home. And then this is the potato puff. It smells nice. You can definitely, I'm sorry, not the potato puff. This is the cauli puff. You can definitely smell the cauliflower in there, so not really gonna fool anyone with that one. Although, I will say, this crust smells a little sweet. And then last but not least is the pig in a blanket, which apparently isn't cold because it's not staying in the blanket. So that's the pig in a blanket right there. Give you a nice shot of it there. Coming off. We're gonna go ahead and taste test these right now because why not? Let's see if I even made anything worth eating. Oh, assistant.
Coming.
Hi.
Oh,
Yes.
they're so rustic.
Oh, indeed.
Oh.
Let's
Ooh, but crunchy. They're crustic. Crunchy and crustic.
crustic. Let's why don't we put some low carb ketchup out for our guests. Do you want to do the honors? Do you want to try a pig in the blanket first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try, let's see. Oh, they're nice and crunchy.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they're falling apart. But at least the hot dog cooked really well.
I think you laminating this
Yes.
made it
Why
more
don't you just slide this way just a touch so that we're both in the camera?
brittle. I don't like sharing the limelight.
I'm curious to see what you think. What happened?
It's like... Okay, hold on.
You don't have enough fingers to hold
Oh.
it together?
No,
You're making it worse.
we have a problem.
You've ruined my experiment. How
Okay,
dare you?
okay, hold on. We'll do it quickly.
What is happening?
Oh, hot.
That's all you got?
That's good.
Is it?
It's flaky. It's crumbly. But
I'm
it's
gonna try
really...
this dough on its own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that dough at all. So there you go. I'm gonna try this baby.
Is that the buffalo chicken thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
This one works a little bit.
Oh.
It's very...
Ooh, that smells nice.
It's dangerously close to the original, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It tastes good, but that dough's very sandy.
Yeah, the dough. There's something not right about the dough.
Sandy. That filling you made is amazing, though.
The filling is good.
The filling's very tasty.
Care to try?
Let's see.
It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Again, the filling's great.
Yeah.
It's just like the pastry.
But the pastry, you don't really get a sense of how bland the pastry is with that one.
Mm-hmm. Did you show them the filling? See how like moist the filling is? I think it like when you bite into it and take like a bite. When you take a bite of this like cauli puff, the cauliflower like mushes together with the crust and like makes it wet. So like you're not having that problem. But it tastes good. Texture we can work on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, well, first of all, this was a disaster. But out of the 3 that we made, I would say the buffalo style chicken one is dangerously close. Not very pretty. Not very pretty, so don't take it to a party or anything like that. This is something that you... Wow. Well, I'm being honest. If you saw these at a party, would you eat them? Would you eat them? Right?
You know,
leave a comment.
They kind of look like Hamantaschen. Have you ever had those?
Absolutely.
Those, like Jewish cookies.
They kind of look like Hamantaschen. But then what happens when you pick them up? They no longer
look like Hamantaschen.
They look like, I don't know, something else. I would say if you're gonna try this recipe, only go with the buffalo style chicken, because that is the best tasting one out of the group. If you like this video, be sure and share it with everyone you care about, especially the ones who love these hors d'oeuvres. I'm totally kidding, but actually do share this with your friends and your family, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything, because you could miss the next mistake we make. And
there might be a lot of them.
Yes, there might be a lot of them. And we want to wish you a happy new year from us. Happy New Year. And we'll see you in the new year with tons of new recipes. Stay keto. Okay, so I'm interrupting this video to bring you an update. After we were done recording, I felt bad and I decided that I wanted to try and fix the mistakes that I'd made. And so I actually found a different recipe on Nom Nom Keto. And it's actually meant for pie crusts, empanadas, like all kinds of stuff. And so I used that, and I read the instructions wrong, so I overbaked them a little bit. So they're a little darker than they should be, but I have to say this dough is better than the first recipe, the one I made on camera. But I will say, okay, so I made 4 of each, and as you can see, 3 are missing. So I've tried 1 of each, and in all honesty, the buffalo style chicken puff, like, that's the only one worth making. So I would say give the recipe for Nom Nom Keto, give that one a try. It's pretty versatile. I will say it was really hard to work with. It was basically like working with Play-Doh. What I ended up doing is I set up this the Silpat on this tray here, and then I just I pressed some of the dough into it, and then I basically created a ball with some of the dough and pressed it in my hand and laid it on top, and that's how I was able to make these puffs. But that is some gorgeous baking action right there. Check those out, and have a happy new year. Bye-bye.